Hey guys, today I wanted to do a full face of Colourpop, and I've been picking at my face, so if you see red spots, that's why. I need to leave it alone. But anyway, I've tried to do this video before. I filmed it completely, went to edit it, and I was just not pleased at all. Not pleased with how it turned out, not pleased with a lot of things. So with that being said, we are going to redo. So I've used everything in this video before, so nothing is really a first impression, but this is just a full face for you guys to see, to know what the products work like and look like, and you can kind of make your own assumptions and opinions. So as far as primer goes, I didn't get like a regular primer. I went ahead and got this Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist, and I've actually used it a few times. If you can tell, it's like kind of down from the top a little bit. So I'll shake it up. I'm just gonna spray this on my face. Usually I like something that's gonna mattify, but I figure why not go for this, just to give my skin a little something. Today it kind of feels a little dry, even though it might look a little bit shiny. It kind of feels dry, so this is what we're gonna use today. It smells really good. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry down a little bit, and I'm actually gonna do my eyes first instead of my face. So first off, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I really like Colourpop's Brow Boss. I like it so much, some of the stuff is rubbed off of the side, but this is the Colourpop Brow Boss pencil, and this is the shade Auburn. It's just like a little slim pencil, and then it has a spoolie on the other end. I have two different shades. I have a light brown. This was before I colored my hair that I had this and really liked it, and so when I colored my hair I decided to get the Auburn. So I'm going to be using the Auburn shade today. So I'm just going to spoolie through. And then go for it. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. It's in the shade Light 45W. I'm going to kind of clean those up just a tiny bit. I'm also going to play with this Sweet Talk palette because I've not really got to play with it a whole lot since I purchased it, and I was super excited about it when I did. So I'm going to use it, and I'm going to go into this first shade here, and it's called Catch Me. And I'm going to set the concealer I put on my eyelid to use as an eyeshadow base. I'm going to do, let's go into this shade, this bottom shade here. Called ICYMI. What does that mean? ICYMI. Am I stupid? I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the outer corner. Then I'm going to go into this shade here. It's called Meadow. I'm just going to lay that down next to the ICYMI. I'm going to go into a little bit of this Dream Maker shade, and I'm going to kind of fluff the edges a little bit. Not too much. Okay, and then I'm going to go a little into this shade here. It's called Garden Date. You guys know my love for coral eyeshadow. I love it. I do have a little fallout, so that's why I wanted to do my eyes first. Then I'm going to take my finger and go into this shade here. I believe this is a Super Shock shadow, which is kind of like a Colourpop unique formula. I'm not a pressed glitter girl. I really thought hard about using a glitter. I'm just not a glitter girl. This has a little bit of glitter in it, so I'm kind of branching out here. But this shade is called Side to Side. So I'm going to go in it with my finger and just press it on that inner corner. And it does have some glitter in it, so I'm not completely steering away from glitter, but just not completely going for a pressed glitter. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of go over the edge of that really easily. And then I'm gonna go back into this Garden Date and just kind of tap it along the edge ever so slightly, just to blend the two. Then I'm gonna take my fluffy brush. I'm not putting anything extra on it. I'm just gonna go in this outer portion again and just kind of fluff. I think I might dip back into this lightest shade, which was called Catch Me, and just fluff around that. That way it kind of softens the edges a little. Trying to stay away from that inner corner shade though. Let's see, I do have fallout here. I've got some glitter under my eye here. I'm gonna take a makeup wipe and just wipe along there. But again, you don't have to be too concerned if you do your eyes first. So I'm just going to be done with the eyes for now, and I'm going to move on to complexion, and then we'll come back to the eyes to finish them up. I'm going to spray just a little bit more of this spray because it's probably sinking into my skin by now. Okay. I did a review on this foundation, so it's not anything new. But I really like it, and it is a very good foundation. It's the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I'm in the shade Light 70W. Just dot that around my face, and then I'm going to blend. Go back in with my concealer. I'm going to try to do a little less concealer under my eyes and see what that's like. I'm just going to take a little brush to blend it. See how that looks? I feel like it makes my under eye not look as cakey. So that's why I wanted to do it. So blend out the rest with my sponge. So that's what the concealer looks like all blended out on my face. When I made my Colourpop order, they did not have any setting powder in stock. However, since then they have restocked. So I don't want you to think I'm just lying to you. But I'm like, the last thing I need is another setting powder. So I'm just going to use one that I have in my collection, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish the rest of the face. Okay, so I've got my face set. I don't have a bronzer from Colourpop either because they were out of bronzer. I promise you when I placed my order. However, they've restocked since then. I do have this blush, and it's from the Wild Nothing collection that they just did. And it kind of could be a bronzer. It has a little glitter in it though. That's the only thing stopping it. I'm going to use a matte bronzer all over my face, and then we'll use some of that here on the cheeks and the contours of the cheeks. So I put a little bit of matte bronzer on my face, and now I'm just going to use the Crossroads blush. This is not a bronzer. And I'm just going to put over my cheeks here. The only reason I didn't use this all over my face is it has a little micro glitter in it, and I just didn't want glitter all over. But this is a beautiful color, and it really, like I said, could be used for bronzer. Then I've also had this Colourpop blush for quite some time, and I've used it. It is one of their Super Shock blushes, so it has like a very gel-like consistency. So I'm just going to use some of that. I'm going to just put my brush in it. It's in the shade Between the Sheets. I really like this. It's really good. The thing about their Super Shock formulas is you just want to make sure you get the lid on there good and tight so that it doesn't dry out. And then this was a newer purchase. This is one of the Color Shock Super Shock highlighters. It's in the shade Wisp. And it looked like it was going to be too dark for me. But in the first video I did, it actually didn't turn out too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my finger for this one. So I just did that with my finger. But it looks really good, I think. I'm just going to take my powder brush over top of it and just kind of blend it in with everything. The consistency dries down to almost like a powder consistency, so you don't really have to set it with anything else. I just like to take my powder brush over top just to kind of mold it all together. Back to my eyeshadow. I am going to take this Dream Maker shade and just run it along my bottom lash line. I'm going to do it with a smaller fluffy brush. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of a smaller brush and go into this darker shade, ICYMI. Push that up against that lash line a little bit. That didn't really do a whole lot. Like you can see that it's different, but it's not a big difference. So I'm going to go into this last shade here. It's called Feel Free. Just for some definition on that bottom lash line. See, it's not a huge difference, but just a little definition. So I'm going to take that same brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm going to go back into our highlighter that I used. And put that along the brow bone. Sorry if you hear my husband in there. and of course the inner corner. This formula is so unique. Like, I'm going to press my finger in there. See, it keeps my fingerprint. But I did that the last time too, and the fingerprint, like, disappeared. So, you know, it's a jelly shadow. It's going to, I don't want to say it's jelly because it's not truly a gel. But it's kind of like a gel. So, Colourpop, one of their, like, iconic things that they have is their cream gel liners. If I can hold it. But here's the cream gel liner. This one is in the shade Joyride, and since we did kind of like a burgundy shade on here, I wanted to do this in my on my lash line. I also have this Colourpop liquid liner, and it's in the shade Grande, which is like dark brown. So I'm just gonna take that and do a line along my lashes here. Seriously, one of the best liners I've ever used. It like glides over anything and everything, and it's so smooth, and it stays on all day long. Never have a problem. And then I have the Colourpop BFF Volumizing Mascara in the shade Black on Black. The one kind of has like an hourglass shape, and I love it. It's very volumizing. I love it. I'll look down so you can see. No lashes, lashes. And I thought I was buying 2 glosses, however I ended up with 2 liquid lips. So I'll swatch them and show you the color. And they're velvet, so I don't know that they truly dry all the way down, because I've only tried it once actually, and the time that I did, it didn't dry all the way down, but I don't know if I gave it enough time. I think I'm going to use this one. This top one, the shade on it is Room Service. That one, a little more brown. And then this bottom one is called Can You Even. I also have this Colourpop Lippie Pencil in the shade BFF. I think it's BFF 2. So I'm going to line my lips. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Can You Even that I swatched. There's the shade Can You Even. I also purchased this Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil, and it's in the shade Playa Vista. Because I've not been doing a whole lot of liquid lip lately. I've been using like regular lipstick or a liner and a gloss basically. So I kind of like the glossy look, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this over top of it and just kind of gloss it up a little. It's not a gloss, it's oil, but still I think it'll be fine. So this makeup look turned out much better than the last. However, you guys will never see that video because it's been deleted already. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope I demonstrated things well. Oh, let's spray one last spritz of this to kind of set everything in place. Okay, so we sprayed our setting spray and now we're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I lick my teeth all the time because I'm afraid I'm gonna get lipstick on them. So sorry if that's annoying to you guys. But I think it turned out really great. I love basically everything. I love the foundation. I love the concealer. I love I mean, like, there's nothing that I tried that I don't like from Colourpop. I'm not crazy about the liquid lips, but I think that that's just because I'm kind of over liquid lips for myself at the moment. I would rather just have like a gloss. So yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys. Bye.